We're also now getting some breaking developments now coming in. A Karnataka minister has hinted at an open encounter of the accused. The higher education minister has now spoken to News 18, says culprits will be nabbed and encountered. They will be arrested, but if it's the wish of our workers and people that such incidents shouldn't happen, according to their wish, there will be action. Culprits will be nabbed. They will be nabbed and ready to encounter. We will go 5 steps forward than the state of Uttar Pradesh. We will give better model than Uttar Pradesh. Karnataka is a progressive state and model state. We don't need to follow anyone. Let's listen in to what the minister had to say.
ನಡಿಬಾರದು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾಜದ ನಾಗರಿಕರ ಅಪೇಕ್ಷೆ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಅಪೇಕ್ಷೆಯ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಭಾವನೆಯ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೀವ್ರವಾದಂಥ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ಯಾರೇ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಲಿ ಹುಡುಕಿ ಆ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಏನು ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಬೇಕು, ಎನ್ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎನ್ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೂ
We will find them, we will nab them, we are ready to encounter. In fact, Karnataka is a progressive state. It will go 5 steps forward than the UP model and set an example.
Harish Upadhyay is now joining us on the broadcast. Harish, could you first give us a better context of where this comment was made and what is the minister hinting as far as the wishes of the party workers are concerned?
Well, there has been mounting pressure on this government saying that mere FIR and arrest won't do. We've already seen that happening in Harsha's case, and the culprits went to the Parapanagara prison and they were seen using mobile. So there's a demand coming in from within the BJP, Yuva Morcha workers and others stating that there should be a demonstrative stern action. And perhaps that's what Ashwath Narayan is hinting at, saying that we will not just stop at arrest. There's a wish of the people and workers that there should be a stern action, and we are ready to fulfill those wishes. We will not just find them and nab them. We are even ready for an encounter. When someone asks me that, would you be following the UP model? He says that we wouldn't stop at that. We would actually go 5 steps forward. We will set an example. We are a progressive state. We are a model state, and we will give our own model. So perhaps many would actually see this as a lawmaker in a way hinting at an encounter. He just stopped short of saying that they would go ahead and do an encounter. So many would criticize this, saying a lawmaker, this is not something that's expected from him. There's a force that's working at arresting them. There is a law that needs to be followed, and such sort of statement would derail the investigation or put pressure on the police to work in a certain direction.
Correct. That's exactly what I was getting to, Harish, that this becomes very controversial because right now our fingers have been pointing at cracking the nexus and looking at a long-term solution. So this becomes problematic on that level. Has the party officially reacted to this?
Well, the statement has come just a while ago, but this is something that the party will find it extremely difficult to justify because ever since this crime took place, the Chief Minister has reiterated that there will be stern action within the ambit of law, and they would perhaps look at new laws to ensure that such radical elements do not go on a killing spree, and they could be dealt with under the framework of law, and even perhaps form a commando force to crack down, nowhere indicating that there will be any sort of extrajudicial killing or any such action. And one of his own minister now coming out and talking on these lines would make it difficult for the government to justify. They're already under pressure. Remember, the state government is under pressure. The Congress is saying 3rd killing in the last 10 days in the same region. What is the government doing?
Harish, I'll just request you to stay on with us. I apologize for interrupting. From the Congress, we have Priyank Kharge also now joining us. Good to have you on the broadcast with us. Your first reaction to what the Higher Education Minister of Karnataka has said, says culprits will be nabbed and even encountered if that's the wishes as far as the workers of the party are concerned.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So it's quite unfortunate that the Minister for Higher Education is resorting to saying that we will encounter. The first and primary problem that needs to be sorted out is why is there a need for encounter? Why is the law and order situation completely collapsed in Karnataka? When the CM and the Home Minister have gone to pay their respects to Praveen's family, within hours of their coming back from that region, there's another murder that is happening. This goes to show that they have scant respect for the uniform. They have scant respect for the law and order. They have scant respect for the government. I mean, what does the Home Minister and the Chief Minister have to say for themselves? Their own party people are asking answers. Forget the opposition. Their BJP workers did not allow the BJP president, a minister and an MP to get out of their cars. They didn't allow them to get out of did not allow them to speak. The BJP workers are asking the questions. Where is law and order today in Karnataka?
I also want to take your reaction on the comparison that has been made by the Higher Education Minister. He's in fact gone on to say that we'll go 5 steps ahead of Uttar Pradesh. We'll give a better model than Uttar Pradesh as well. Karnataka is a progressive state and a model state, and we don't need to follow anyone. Where do you think this is headed?
So that means he's agreeing that the situation in Karnataka is worse than in UP. And that's why he needs to take the UP model? Is that what he's trying to say? That they're not in control, that they're not in control of law and order, they're not following the law of the land. What does he mean by saying we'll go 5 steps ahead of UP model? What is the UP model? Why UP model, Bihar model throughout India is the model of anarchy, is the model for lawlessness. And if he's saying I'll go 5 steps ahead, that means they're not in control. He's agreeing to it. Such a shameful thing to say that about Karnataka, which is a progressive state. We have people from UP, Bihar coming looking for employment here in Karnataka, and our higher education minister is saying that we'll follow the UP model. It's such a shame.
Okay, we'll leave the conversation there. The Congress, they're training its guns on the comment that have been made by the Higher Education Minister, where he's even hinted at a fact that even an encounter is a possibility as far as these accused are concerned. Let me continue the conversation with Harish. Harish, you there heard the first reaction from the Congress. This is now going to be blown into a bigger controversy, and Congress wouldn't want to miss on this opportunity. But I want to understand, how does this play out at a time when you have the Chief Minister saying that we'll have an exclusive commando force being made, 2 arrests have been made, the family is not denied links as far as the PFI and STPI is concerned. Will this not dilute the larger cause of cracking the nexus?
Absolutely. And it puts unnecessary pressure on a police force which is now working on 2 cases in the same region. They also have to ensure that the law and order is maintained in Dakshina Kannada. Additional force has been rushed there. The ADGP has been asked to camp in the region. At such a time, this sort of a statement coming in from a senior minister within the cabinet puts pressure on the police force, and every action of theirs will be under scrutiny. That's something that will be on the top of the mind of these senior police officers. And Karnataka, over the number of years now, is known as a state which follows law and order. Even in cases where there are incidents like these, there hasn't been extrajudicial killings or even any sort of a high-handed behavior by the police. That hasn't happened. And this kind of statement perhaps then paints the whole police force in a certain way, and that could demoralize them. At the same time, remember, the parties, the government is not enjoying much of a support from even the party. You already have several within the party seeking the Home Minister's resignation. And during such a time, would the government want another controversy that will just increase the pressure on them? Perhaps the Chief Minister wouldn't have wanted his senior minister to give such a statement.
Harish, I also now want to understand, what are you picking up by the means of sources? Okay, Harish, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Let's take in a reaction from the BJP also. I believe S. Prakash is now joining us. Mr. Prakash, does the party stand by the comments that have been made by the Higher Education Minister when he says that culprits will be nabbed and even encountered if needed?
He is the minister. He is well aware of what action government will be planning. He said in case encounter is necessary, if they retaliate, then only the encounter will be undertaken. It is not that easy to say that we will encounter somebody. And minister has only expressed the sentiments expressed by many.